Ho, 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 and welcome to the Outspoken's holiday spectacular jamboree wish list thing. You know, I went to shoot this yesterday and I brought all the crap downstairs and I was in front of the tree and it was all nice and Christmassy and whatever, and the friggin' audio didn't work. I ran through it like twice and I was like, I'm not gonna do it. But Lindsay said I had to do it. So I'm back up in the studio. You get the idea. Anyways, I'm back up here because we wanted to do this. There's a lot of things that we use around here every day. So we wanted to share them with you. And if you click the link and you buy one, Amazon gives me a shiny hobo nickel. So I can get that liver transplant I so desperately need. Or I will after the holiday season anyway. So, again, holiday shopping stuff for voiceover people, some of the stuff that we like, and we're sharing it with you. So, we're going to start with stocking stuffers, little things. I have props. The Stedman Pro Screen Pop Filter. Love this thing. I've used a ton of different pop filters. I'm a little plosive. Obviously, the best way to cut down on that is to have proper mic technique. Make sure you're off axis a little bit. But if you're super, Peter Piper pooped a pile like I am, this is the best one for sure. Shadow there. This is the best one for sure. It costs a few bucks, but it's not that, nylon material stuff. It's metal and it directs the airflow downwards and it just works, man. It works. It doesn't muffle the sound at all. Easily the best pop filter there is. Headphone hanger. It's a must. Oh my gosh. We've got a lot of mics here and mic stands set up all over the place, and we have one of these jobbers on every one of them. You just clamp it on and you hang up your cans, man. I mean, it's simple, but it's just, it's nice. If I ever go anywhere else, it's like I'm always just kind of reaching to grab my cans, and it's great to just have them there. And these are like a few bucks, so awesome. Drink holder thing. You got to stay hydrated in the booth or drunk. I like this style on this one because it's surrounded by material. So if it's sweating, your bottle is sweating and all, it's not going to drip all over your gear. And I like a lot of shit clamped to my stands, I guess. Anyways, we've got this one in there. We've got this jobber in there. It's great. There's a link. My beloved Logitech trackball thumb ball wireless thing mouse. I got turned on to these many moons ago. I was in a studio and the guy had multiple computers around, and he had one on every one, the older wired versions. And I was like, what's that? That's weird. And he's like, oh yeah, it's the best, man. So I tried it out. There's a tiny bit of a learning curve because, if you're not used to using your thumb, it's a little weird. But once you start, man, oh man, it makes editing so much easier. I can't even edit without one of those. We have one for every computer that we have around here, which is like 1 million. They're awesome. It's just nice and precise, and they're cheap too. Backup drives. You got to back your stuff up, man. We use Western Digital My Books. We got a bunch of them. We're Mac folks, so we use a time machine, and then we don't even have to think about it. But then we dump files onto them as well. We've had some of those for years. We've never had a problem. And storage is so cheap now. I mean, you get like 1 million terabytes for freaking $5, which is good. You should have an online plan as well. I think it's called Backblaze. I don't know, but it uploads your stuff at like 3 in the morning, and you don't have to worry about it. So between that and then your drives at home, you'd be golden. I've seen talent like totally save themselves because they saved everything. They would do some edits to a file and then send it in, and the client's like, no, we want the whole thing. And they're like, hold on, I got it. And there's been quite a few times, not 1 million, but a few, where they've been talking about audio from forever ago. And they're like, oh, we need that audio. We don't have it. And I'm not going to keep this stuff forever. And talent's like, beep, boop, hold on, I got it. And then, we didn't have to do a re-record. But there's definitely been plenty of times where it was the opposite, where they were asking talent, hey, do you have the raw audio from this or that or the other thing? And they're like, nope. So save everything. The storage is cheap, and it'll save you. Monitors. I love my Yamaha HS series monitors. I got the 8s, they're pretty giant. They weigh like 8,000 pounds. Yeah, the white cones, like the old NS10s, I think they were. They're nice. They're super, flat and accurate, which is what you want. You don't want something that's going to kind of lie to you and bump up the low end or something. These I love. I don't see a whole lot of them around. I like them. They have smaller ones than the monsters that I have. They have 5s and 6s or 7s or something. They're relatively inexpensive. Again, I could just recommend what I use. I know lots of people like the KRKs, the Rocket series in particular. They're ugly. They're like yellow cones, black plastic kind of boxes. But people swear by them. They say they're actually pretty dang accurate for the money that you're spending. They're definitely cheaper. You get them for like a few $100 a pair. You got to be careful when you're shopping for monitors because when you go to like one site, the price will be per monitor. And then you go somewhere else and the price is for the pair. So you're like, wait, what the heck? But anyways, I love the Yamahas. Listen, there's a million different awesome monitors out there that people like, and they go up into the like billions of dollars as well. And obviously those are going to be a lot more accurate. But if you're just doing voiceover, for the most part, those are going to do you just fine. Cans. I am seriously entrenched in the Sony MDR 7506 camp. And I'm not alone. Many people in voiceover love these things. They're relatively inexpensive and they last forever. They're super accurate. They're super comfortable. We've got a couple pairs. We've had them for so long that the ear pads start to degrade over time. They get like the kind of leathery pleather stuff starts flaking off, especially if you're like sweaty and gross like the shepherds apparently are. Ew. But the reason that I say that is because we still, it takes forever for that to happen. And so we still have the same cans and we just keep replacing the ear pads for a few bucks. So they last forever. They're comfy. They're inexpensive. They're awesome. So people have strong feelings about monitors, but they have definite strong feelings about their headphones. And whenever somebody like me says, I love the 7506, somebody else says, you suck. The Sennheisers are much, much better and you're an idiot. Yeah, the Sennheisers are nice. And they're perfectly fine cans as well. I've used some in studios. Lately, folks have been talking about I have it written down, the HD 280 Pros, which are cheap as well. But people like them. Some people like them more than the Sonys, but they're still comfortable, relatively inexpensive, and, definitely an accurate sound. So between those or the Sonys, you can't go wrong. So I found this cool, I was playing around, on Amazon, and I found this cool door hanger thing. It says I'm recording in here or something. I don't know. I got a picture around here. And it's in the links below. And it's like a couple bucks, and I thought that was fun, and that was cool. But the recording sign that everybody wants, apparently, is Harlan Hogan's LED with a remote control, and it changes colors and stuff, and it's awesome. And it says voiceover recording. Everybody loves that. There's a link below to that. Harlan has tons of cool stuff. He has... it's all the way down there. I'm not going to get it. He's got his microphone that everybody loves. We've talked about that before. It's got his signature on it. It's very inexpensive and not a bad mic. But if you're shopping there through the links below or VoiceOver Essentials, which has all of Harlan's crap on it, obviously it's the Portabooth. The Portabooth Plus and the Portabooth Pro. These things are like industry standards now. Everybody who's traveling has one. Because they work, because they're awesome. They're relatively inexpensive. The Pro gets a little bit more, but it's quality stuff. I've seen these things, and they're hardcore. And I'm not shilling for Harlan, like he's not giving me any money. It's just a quality piece of gear. So lastly, I wanted to talk about microphones, but I've done a whole video about microphones. I'll try to get the thingy up here. I talked about my 3 favorites, U87 103 and the 416. So there's info in that video. Watch it. It's a good one. I'm not wearing this sweater in that one, so plus. We also talk about the MicPort Pro, which is an awesome stocking stuffer. I think they're like $100 or something. It's like an all-in-one deal, and you can plug it in and record on the go. And the Apogee mic, which I love and is adorable, and we use that sometimes when we're out. I use it for podcasts and stuff. Super cool. All that stuff is in that video. I go into more detail, and the links for all that are below. There's like separate links, and then there's some shop link or something. I don't know. I just know if you buy something, I get a shiny hay penny. So, 'tis the season to not be such a selfish bastard and buy some things for other people. Buy some things for voiceover talent. Screw it. Buy this stuff for yourself. It's all good stuff. You get a thumbs up from the outspoken on this junk. Obviously, there's 8 billion different things out there. These are just some of my favorites and stuff that we use here daily. I literally just kind of like looked around. I was like, oh, I'll talk about that stuff. I like that stuff. What did I miss? What do you like? What are you asking Santa for this year? What do you think somebody else in the profession might appreciate for Christmas or Hanukkah or Kwanzaa or Festivus or, I don't know, something. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this blatant cash grab. Happy shopping. I'll be back soon.